it's really, really going well. We have had averaging about 12,000 voters an hour. So when I came out here now, we had 46,923, 46923 voters so far today.
As of 10 or 11?
As of 11.
What was the number?
46923. And we had three sites that had voted over 400. We had Brook Hollow, Encino, and Northwest Vista. So you can see approximately where they are. And then we have the other end of the spectrum. We have Harlandale Transportation has had 16 voters. The Rock Church has had 15. Wright Elementary has had 30. So you can see the discrepancy that we have from one end to the other. So we're managing this and having it all come out. I will tell you, we had some bumps and bruises this morning. Did y'all know it rained last night? Well, some of our schools lost their power. So the power was out at 4 of our sites in the morning. But the school districts helped us, we adjusted, got set up, and like we've always told you, all of our equipment has battery power. So they were able to go along for a little bit of time till they got reset up. For instance, Neff had no power. And so the school district decided to let us go to the portion of the building that had power. So we relocated in that building. So of course that took a little bit of time. But you can imagine, I mean, this is exciting. We have 302 poll sites. We've got about 1,500 workers out there. There are poll watchers that are at most of the sites. And I am just so proud.
The biggest truck I've ever seen.
And the other thing I wanted to say is some of our judges were calling in. Please send me voters. Please send me voters. I don't have a line. Send me voters. And the one that shocked us the most at one time was Lions Field. And you know that's one of our busiest sites. And we got the message that says, please send us voters. So it's sporadic. It's a beautiful day. Yes, because you know on Broadway they usually circle that building and then go down the street. It's one of our really busiest ones. So they're out there. They're averaging a fair amount. But Brandeis, Helotes, Lions Field have all called in saying, send us voters. Send us voters. And that's a great sign. I'm sorry, that's a great sign. Yes, we have lines. Isn't this line here wonderful? I mean, I know the people that are waiting in line may not be thrilled. This is what we wanted. We're here for one of the biggest elections ever. We have the most registered voters, and it's just a marvelous day. The weather's gorgeous, it's cool. So you all will see a lot more of the poll sites than we do. We're just talking to them on the phone, or we do have instant communication with them, with our laptops. But so far, it's wonderful.
What's your biggest brag so far?
My biggest brag? That we have 302 sites up and working and 1,500 workers that showed up at dark 30 this morning. I mean, again, that storm last night, depending on what part of the city you lived in, you know, made for some bumpy openings. And so, but our troopers got up and got there, and that's the biggest hurrah. That's the atta girl, atta boy. And now we'll just continue as we're doing. See what happens at 7 o'clock tonight.
And Bexar County voters are turning up and turning out, right? I mean, these are good numbers at this hour of the day?
Yes, this is fair.
Fair.
We just broke 50%, including the in-person early, the mail that we have in, and the votes that have come in so far, the 47. So we just crossed over to 50.1% turnout. And so now it's like, how high is it going to go? We would love to be able to break that 65% that we had. Last presidential, we had 44%. So I think we're going to do it. So that's our goal. Tracy?
How are you tracking potential mischief? Social media. Are you doing that? Is the sheriff's office doing that? Who does that?
All of the above.
Okay.
All of the above.
So how does it work? If somebody sees something threatening, like somebody just posted that they are going to come here after midnight to make sure that, quote, the Democrats don't steal the election. So,
We saw that. We're aware. We're staying on top of it.
Yeah.
And the security we have is amazing. And we've shared it with them. So we are up to speed because we know that, I'm sorry to say, but I don't think we'll have results at 7 o'clock. I think there'll still be voting. I think the numbers will still go up. When the poll sites close, every site is assigned to one of 5 places. We have what's called regional sending sites. So instead of having all 302 come down here, we go to other county buildings around the county. So the judges can go there. And again, they're dropping off everything. That's where we get their results sent in to us so that we do cumulative media as it comes in. But when it's all over, we have staff, our staff and security at every one of those sites. And security will follow those trucks back into us. And Tracy, it is going to be midnight or so. So I think that's what we're saying. But everyone's aware, and we have a great security team.
As far as early voting, when will we be able to see those numbers?
Hopefully by 7:10. The early ballot board is here working again. Central Cont worked Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So we're getting all of that prepared, but we will still be counting mail ballots. We sent out 51,000, and the last time we looked, there were 33,000 back in. So we did see a lot of people cancel that mail ballot during early voting, and we'll see how many are going to cancel them today. But yeah, we're watching the numbers. So you go watch the sites, and then you let us know what you're seeing. But you should see a lot of happy voters. That's what we're counting on.
What is it that you want people to know who might be heading to the polls or maybe waiting in line or maybe watching? What do you want them to know today?
That's great. What we've all been saying is, please be prepared. You are going to need your photo ID. Your photo ID may not be on your phone. It has to be the hard copy. Okay, that's some of the things that they're struggling with. We want you to go to our site, download your individual sample ballot, mark it, take it into the site. You can take in sample ballots. You can take in anything you can hold in your hand. When they get to the polls, no electronics. Phones have to be silenced or just shut off. They're not eligible, no filming, no microphones. That's a sacred place when you're right there. And again, mail ballots, you just heard me say we have like 20,000 still outstanding. So we expect voters to change their mind now, and they're going to vote in person. So if they bring the unused or ballot with them, they will be processed quicker. If they don't have that ballot in their hand to give to us to release, then they have to call here so that we can double check that we haven't counted their return ballot already. So we will be checking the people that don't have it. So if they'd like to get in and out quicker, we're asking them to take that. Give it to the poll workers, and we have a special container where they'll stay safe. So they have lots of different containers.
And the attire too, how they dress.
Pardon me?
Their attire too, how they go dress. You can't go and support them.
That's right. You should tell us that. I'm going to put you to work on elections. Again, we've had a couple dust-ups this morning for voters showing up in campaign literature, with the literature, shirts, hats, buttons. Some are taking like flags in, and they're working real hard to keep that 100-foot distance from the entire building. It's like putting a cake dough, a glass vase over that building. Any outside entrance must be 100 foot. And that's where we sort of run into trouble, because they say, well, I'm only going in this door, so it should just be 100 feet from there. No, any door that somebody could possibly get into has to be 100 feet. So we just put it over the entire building. But again, the voters are showing up. That's the important thing.
If someone shows up at 6:55, they get in line, they're gonna.
Absolutely. 6:59. The judges, everybody's attuned to that 7 o'clock piece. And everyone will make arrangements to make sure that they identify that last voter. Because as always, I don't think we've ever had an election where somebody doesn't arrive at 6:05 or 7:05 or 7:10. They will not be able to get in line. Okay, it's the last person at 7 o'clock. So thanks for helping us, and please tell the voters that. Okay.
Thanks,
So,
guys. 3 o'clock is
attire.
the next one. It'll be right here.
Real quick,
Good
which
job.
of our schools lost power this morning, and did that affect the time schools open?
I had a couple of them on my phone. Hold on a minute. My little cheat sheet. Hold on. Who lost power? Judson ERC, Pat Neff, Ed White. Well, Ed White, I shouldn't laugh, I'm sorry. At Ed White, about 10 o'clock, we got notice that they were going to have a fire alarm. We were like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And we were able to postpone that because that would have been disruptive. But yeah, I could just name those two. There were 4, but I only wrote down 2.
But that didn't affect the time
No, like
schools
for
open.
Pat Neff, when they were off, no power, the entrance to the school was dark, and we usually try and set up in the entrances when the schools are closed. And that is the best gift that the school districts gave us. 10 of them made it a student holiday. And the Pat Neff school didn't have students, but the power on the front of the building was off, but the power on the back of the building was. So they had set up the day before, like we all asked them to do. And when they got there, they moved the poll site into the library where there was actually power. So again, you're going to hear they were late setting up. They were late. Oh, they were human, and we dealt with it. Okay, that's how we do it. Thanks.